Hey. Come on. Where are we, Linnea? Where are we? HomeSense. Come on. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, so it's Monday. We just brought Cam to school. Linnea and I are at HomeSense. I'm here to get a replacement basket for a basket that we have holding the kids' little toy kitchen stuff. Linnea sat on it, as you guys saw in the vlog a couple months ago, and it's just been falling apart ever since. It doesn't really hold anything. So Roman's like, we need to find a replacement for this. So I'm here, but I ended up here in the rugs and carpets, which I don't mind.
The cookie fell.
The cookie fell?
Oopsies. I like chips. I like chips. Uh-oh, banana slip. Oopsies. I like bananas.
Oopsies.
Oopsies.
Bud, what you doing?
Trying to fix Cal's scooter.
You want to tell everybody what happened? There it goes. Now it's spinning, huh?
I don't know what he's been doing with it.
Are scooters a big deal in Germany?
I don't know.
I don't remember seeing kids scooting.
No, I guess it goes straight to the blades.
Yeah, the scooter's kind of a big deal here. We had dinner, we ate fish. What else do we eat? Sweet potato fries that I bought from Aldi and baked in the oven, and then green beans and salad. We've got some laundry right there. Cleaning up the kitchen. It's been a very boring day. A very normal day, I should say. It was nice though. Everyone's sleeping and I'm still awake, of course, just getting some editing done and just reading news, and there are just a few things that I just wanted to comment on. First of all, I just wanted to comment and thank all of you for just the comments that you've been leaving over the last few days, just with everything, with tests and results and just life in general, and just very supportive, and I really appreciate that. I think one thing that I feel I haven't been able to do as much lately is just sit and be able to talk to you guys, and that's for a couple of reasons. The biggest reason being just the way our lives work nowadays. I'm not home very much. Just little social things or things at the school, mostly things at the school. And yeah, I just want to be able to give them that sense of privacy. One thing that I do really miss is just being able to sit and talk to you guys and say things that I kind of have sitting in my head over the day. There have been some really sad and troubling stories about celebrities taking their lives, and it seems like the topic of mental health has been such a focus lately, and unfortunately the circumstances are quite sad and tragic. I'm happy, which feels odd saying, I appreciate is probably more the right word. I appreciate that people are talking about mental health, and I've talked about it pretty openly on the vlogs with you guys. I even made a video on my other channel, my sad other channel. I made a video about my postpartum depression, but in that video I said that I had struggled with depression my whole life, and it's true. I remember being a little girl and somehow feeling things deeper than other children did, or I just had a very difficult time letting things go, or I would just very often feel this feeling of not being good enough, or self-doubt, very strong insecurities. And I remember being like 7 or 8 years old. So it's something that I've recognized my whole life and have always felt very ashamed discussing. It's really been in recent years that I have felt like it was safe to talk about. I think part of that is just the landscape that we're in nowadays, where people feel that they can talk about it. But I think for me personally, it wasn't so much that, but more about my personal need to just get things off my chest, because I did struggle with postpartum depression, and it just kind of felt like just talking about it was my release, and talking about it just happened to be on YouTube. So naturally that just gave a bit of a platform to talk about mental health. And it's something that I don't joke about. I mean, I've struggled with it my whole life, and it is a struggle. It's like I think the best way that I can kind of describe it, because I remember someone asked me before, you know, what does it just feel like? Are you just sad? And sadness is only a part of it. For me, it was always the best way I could explain it is I'm a person with all of my senses, and suddenly you take away my ability to see, my ability to hear, my ability to taste, my ability to smell, and then tell me to find my way out of a room. You know, just like I'm just lost, almost paralyzed from the emotion, from the sadness. It feels like you're crippled from the weight of everything. You can't find the beauty. You're just permanently unable to see and to hear the things that are good and beautiful. You just can't. You can't recognize it, because you're just in this very hazy fog that literally robs the joy out of your life. And I feel like I've gotten really good about recognizing when I feel those feelings of depression coming on, because I think everyone has depressed feelings, but depression was just this ongoing state that I feel like I'm constantly depressed, but I recognize it now and know the signs, just like people know the signs for when they're experiencing low blood sugar or something. I recognize what triggers me and sends me into a depression. I recognize how fragile mental health can be. It's amazing how strong the person is, but yet how fragile mental health is. Just doesn't seem to quite add up. But long story short, I feel like it's through therapy, through life changes, through diet changes, through daily exercise, I've learned what keeps me in balance, what keeps me in check. And that's how I live my day-to-day life. I'm always aware of depression. I'm always aware that it exists in my life. I'm always aware that circumstances could send me into a spiral. I'm also aware of how I get myself out of it, and I'm aware of how to handle it. So it's been a very, very, very long time since I have felt like depression was taking over. I did feel that very heavy depression shortly after we moved to the UK. We were in the other house. We never saw Roman. I think moving to where we live now into this area has been what has lifted the weight, but it's not impossible to get a hold of. It's not impossible to I don't think I'm cured. I don't necessarily agree that you can be depressed and then never again depressed. But I do think it's safe to say that I will have depressive moments. I do think it's safe to say I might have phases of depression, and that it will require tough work to get out of that and into a healthier state. And it's kind of like trying to keep yourself balanced, truly just balanced. All that is to say that I'm really glad that we're discussing mental health. I know that I'm not alone in that, and I feel pretty confident about that. But I also feel that when you come out of it, you get a whole new appreciation for life that you just didn't have before. I know what the very bottom feels like, and I just don't want to ever let myself get to that point. And I've come close to hitting the point, but something always saves me. I always find a way to get out of it. So it's kind of amazing, actually, with people sharing their stories and sharing sharing things that are so personal and so human and so relatable. I'm hoping that it will help bridge gaps and help clear up some of the divisiveness that we have so much of in the world, help find some sort of commonality amongst one another, and hopefully see that we're more alike than we are different. So yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please know that I love you. Please know that I'm here for you. If any of you need somebody to talk to, please know that you're not alone. Please find somebody. Please message me. And just know that if you find yourself struggling, I've been there. I understand. And it gets better. It does. So, love you guys. See you tomorrow.